Podcast Network Asia.
Because it's very helpful advice for anyone who desires to be chaste, to lead the chaste life, but is still struggling. Yung who's really experiencing yung I keep falling, but I want to become better. Because ito yun eh, we're human and it's not just like a one-time, big-time 180-degree turn.
Hi, I'm Jarek.
And I'm Apple.
And you're listening to the Langaspix Podcast.
Join us every week as we talk about family, faith, and everything in between.
Now powered by Podcast Network Asia and Podmetrics.
Hello mga langga. Welcome to the 101. Yun, lumampas na tayo.
We are now playing in the 3-digit numbers.
Yes.
So, thank you sa mga langga who have been supporting us. Speaking of support,
we want to thank you, Charm, for the 20 pa kape. Dami, no? Daming kape for our 100th episode daw.
I think it's our like super record na support. Kaya maraming salamat Ate Charm. Super na-shock talaga kami.
Kailangan bilisan na natin maka 500 episodes.
Mga every 2 days kami maglalabas. Mga 2 minutes per episode. Siguro mga 2 months from now na.
Exactly.
Yung 500th episode.
Maraming salamat mga langga. You know, it's not gonna be possible without your support, without you listening, without you sharing these episodes. So if you want to extend your support beyond sharing, you can simply slide us some coffee at buymeacoffee.com/langga. That's buymeacoffee.com/LANGGA.
So, if you remember last week, mga langga, we took a break from our Love and Responsibility series by talking about some questions that you may want to ponder upon this particular season, especially if you're in a relationship. So we're going to dive back in to our series, particularly because this is a very specific date in the year.
Ay, oo, syempre.
Where
Valentine's,
yes. Where, you know what, if it's more, when talking about the secular world, there's a certain expectation when it comes to this particular season.
That's true. And maraming tukso ang napapaligid. Maraming mapapasana all. Diba? Kasi parang, ba't ako walang ka-date? O sana all naman, halikan niya na ako this February 14.
Or even more, right? So we're here to present a possible alternative to what the secular world would encourage as plans.
And more so, dive deeper into it based on, not only based on what we know about it or what the church teaches about it. Hindi kasi nabibigyan ng mainstream exposure. Diba? Laging surface lang, mas madali kasing sabihin na basta sundin mo na lang.
Without giving explanation. And without explanation kasi nawawala yung conviction. Kaya minsan kasi ganun nadadala lang tayo where we just follow the feelings. It's not really understanding where those particular statements, particular rules come from.
Exactly.
So let's go deeper before we waste any more time.
Yeah, because of course, we want to be able to highlight that this virtue is also something that is essential in our everyday battle.
No matter what marital status you are at this particular point in time.
Di lang din marital status. Sa relasyon in general.
Relationship
kasi
status, that's right.
Lahat tayo may battle na kinakaharap every single day. So I think this is a consideration to really, really look into. And I really love the analogy that was given to us by Christopher West when we were in Philadelphia, di ba?
True.
Sabi niya na hindi naman nawawala yung value natin as persons eh.
No.
Think about it as a piece of paper. That when you crumple it, yes, it is crumpled. Yes, there are defects, there are imperfections. But the reality stays, it's still a paper.
Yeah.
Nandun pa rin yung value niya, yung
it's like money.
niya.
It's like money, right? You can take money, you can step on it, you can crumple it up, you can hide it in some yung corner ng wallet mo, but the value is still the value.
Ano
right?
yung wallet mo? Parang yun ba yung wallet ni Hermione? May
yung sobrang deep niya tapos maraming niya may ilalagay.
May mga partition sa loob.
True. Pero but that's the thing, right? If I give you $100 bill, no matter how dirty it is, even if there's writing on it, it may not be as perfect as it was if it came off the printing press, but it's still $100 bill.
Exactly.
So in the same way, our value as a human being does not get reduced, does not get minimized because of the things that the world tells us. So this is what St. John Paul says. He maps out two fronts kasi it's a battle that we're in. It's a battle for purity. Kasi akala ng mga tao na purity is just like, ay, pang holy-holy lang yan. But what Pope John Paul says, it's a battle. And we have two fronts, two war fronts here. The first one is that we fight against something called emotional egoism, which is yung tendency natin to use another person for our own emotional pleasure.
Totoo. Ito yan, isang na naman to sa mga a kind of utilitarianism. Dalawa.
Where you use another person.
Emotionally. Mahirap to madetect kasi feeling mo, it's a form of love. It feels like love. Parang when I am with you lang ga, or when I am with this special person, kung ikaw man yung nakikinig, parang sobrang lakas ng feelings mo with this person. In the other end, even when it is exposed, tong emotional egoism na to, sabihin mo doon sa naramdaman mo, hindi kasi just for fun lang naman yung pinagdaanan namin.
Yeah, we were just
fling.
hanging out. Oh, it was just a fling or pinaglaruan niya yung feelings ko, yung mga ganon. It will not seem as severe of an offense against love as opposed to when someone uses another person as an object for sensual pleasure.
Kasi may physical involved na pag sensual eh.
Oo.
So minsan, pinagdadaanan natin to emotional egoism most of the time and we say na okay lang, feelings lang naman to eh. Hindi naman to kasing lala kung may nangyari sa amin.
If there was some physical pa. Pero, the thing is, Pope John Paul points out that even our emotions can become a threat to love. Minsan kasi nakakalimutan natin yun. Emotions are a very, very valid aspect of it as well. And it becomes a real threat.
And if we have it as our center of attention sa relasyon natin, dyan, slowly in the background, madedevelop yung utilitarianism na tinatawag. If we're not careful. As St. John Paul II notes, ito yung sinasabi niya na it is still a drastic distortion of love. Sabi niya, quote-unquote, on page 158, when an emotion becomes an end in itself, merely for the sake of the pleasure it gives, the person who causes the emotion or to whom it is directed is once again, quote-unquote, a mere object. Providing an opportunity to satisfy the emotional needs of one's own ego.
Ang hirap kasi pag ganun eh. Ang hirap to become. It's so hard when you're just pursuing emotion. And what's hard about emotion is, as kunwari, as opposed to physical, you can still see the physical boundaries. Emotional boundaries kasi, wala siyang yung mahahawakan mo na fence. You can't hold it, you can't touch it. It's something that's experienced by you. But then again, this is what Pope John Paul calls the second war front in the battle for purity. Ito yung tinatawag na sensual egoism, where it is the tendency to use another person for sensual pleasure. Ito yung physical pleasure, right?
Physical involvement na. Alam mo, you might think of different sinful sexual related acts. So, mas madali itong madetect. Minsan baka isipin mo, mas madali itong malaman kasi may physical manifestation eh. Pero sabi ni St. John Paul II that one can fall into this sensual egoism without even making bodily contact with another person. Pwedeng mangyari yun. So how does it happen? For example, someone, or like me, can view some woman primarily in terms of the value of her body and quote-unquote use her body as an object of enjoyment in his own mind when he sees her or in his memory and imagination long after he has seen her. Kumbaga, binabaon mo. Basically, pornography is a clear-cut example.
True.
When you see someone attractive, di ka makamove on beyond what you saw. You cater to it. You immerse yourself. You hide it in your mind to derive sensual pleasure from that without bodily contact.
This is a disclaimer din mga langga ha. Jeric is talking and giving an example of a man seeing a woman in that way, but it also plays the same. It also plays the same. It also holds true when a woman also has these same goes through these same experiences.
Exactly.
When a woman has an ideal of what a man should be physically, and even if there is no bodily contact, kunwari,
office
mate na sobrang gwapo, na yung
lagi ka pinagtitimpla ng kape.
Grabe, taray. And then you'll just play in your imagination where you're deriving a sensual pleasure even without any bodily contact from this guy, but you're able to satisfy your need for that side that attraction to be fulfilled. Ano pa rin yun that you're crossing that front already. And it's also seen in the Ten Commandments, diba? This is also being taught. For example, yung 6th commandment where it says, "Thou shalt not commit adultery." This addresses the external physical actions in the realm of sex. So it's very clear cut. It's very specific about the physical actions. Whereas on the other hand,
meron din tayo ng 9th commandment, "Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife." Ito naman, ina-address nito yung mga lustful thoughts natin. Walang physical na nangyari, walang physical action. Kaya ingat-ingat din tayo dun sa mga Shana oil na expression, di ba?
True.
Because maybe it's coveting someone's partner already.
True.
Without you knowing na nandun ka na sa mode of sensual egoism.
What's even harder is if you're already in a committed relationship and then you're already coveting another person. Kaya, wish ko na lang yung partner ko ganun kaganda, or wish ko naman yung partner ko ganun ka-sexy.
Ano kayang pakiramdam kung ako yung partner niya?
Exactly. These are the fine lines that play in our mind, and because we think na, it's only in my mind, nobody's getting hurt, but what we forget, it's our mind and you are getting hurt because it's not where you're supposed to be at. And how do you determine that boundary? It's hard. Kasi the attraction that you have, the noticing the sexual value of another person, it's so hard to put that boundary, especially in your mind.
Oo, parang hindi mo malaman ano bang difference between yung innocent interest, 'di ba? Crush ko lang naman siya.
True.
Di ba? I just admire. Ang ganda kasi nung abs niya. Yung abs niya.
Ano ako dun
Oo, especially pagka, di ba, sa mga K-drama, no? May mga fan service yan.
Oh my gosh.
Anong difference nun? Or lustful na ba itong iniisip ko? So we explore on this kasi maybe mga nakikinig ngayon parang ang hirap naman itong i-digest. But St. John Paul II provides a way for us to identify this. And he divided it into 3 stages. Yung first stage na ito ay tinatawag na spontaneous sensual reaction. Can we repeat that? Spontaneous sensual reaction. Sabi niya, sa stage na to, hindi ka pa nagkakasala. One happens to only notice the sexual values of another person's body and reacts to those values spontaneously.
Yung parang may nakita kang gwapo.
Oo.
Gwapo niya.
May nakasalubong ako maganda.
Tapos sabihin mo maganda siya.
Oo, dati nung pumapasok ako sa Jumeirah Beach residence, yung office pa namin doon, di ba, beach side yun?
Oo.
Lagi ako may nakakasalubong na magandang babae.
Oh.
Ma'am, kasing height mo lang langga. Pero foreigner. Every time I see her, I have this spontaneous sensual reaction.
Because you appreciate the sexual values of the other person.
Anong tawag dito?
Double take?
Anong tawag doon? Double take ba? Yung napapalingon ka. Ano bang English?
Double take nga.
Double take ba yun? Parang burger lang.
Hindi yun ata yun. Yung U-turn.
Head turner.
Oo. So, sobrang ganda. So, it's the same thing then for But again, because you turn, feeling ng mga tao, ay, mali, custody of my eyes, I shouldn't look, ganyan. But, you know what, the Pope also saying that we are sexual beings, and God created sex. There is nothing wrong with us appreciating the sexual value. Spontaneous sensual reaction. And the thing is, the sexual values of the opposite sex often present themselves spontaneously. Yung napapansin natin sila, we find ourselves attracted sa kanila, we find ourselves interested. This is not lust, and this is not sinful.
It is simply, sabi mo nga, it is simply a response eh.
Oo, tao tayo eh.
Oh, ganda ng filter niya sa Zoom, di ba yun?
Iba naman din, te.
Hindi kasi parang hirap ngayon physically.
That's true, you can't.
Diba?
But that's something you cannot deny yourself, that you are a sexual being and that you are attracted to other people sexually. As Pope John Paul says, sensuality merely orients, or rather directs, the whole psyche, ito yung utak natin, towards the sexual values, awakening an interest in, or indeed an absorption in them. It was taken from page 148.
Again, sabi nga niya, itong mga desire na to, pinag-usapan na natin ito sa mga previous episodes, quote-unquote, raw materials to for authentic love na maaring magtungo into real love as long as, of course, we will have a deeper level of commitment to the person na attracted tayo. Or
If we level up.
if you level up, hindi mo na makikita yung sexual values lang niya, but rather, you go beyond that, you go deeper into it. Yun.
But then, the Pope also warns that it's so easy to shift from that first stage into the second stage. And ito
Ayan na.
natawag na sensual concupiscence.
Grabe, nanonosebleed na ako sa mga terms. Ha?
Concupiscence. Ito yung parang when something within you begins to stir. Yung parang na lumilevel up na. Ito yung
Kumukulo na yan.
Bubbling.
Simmering, ganyan.
Simmering. Ganyan. Ano yung pinapakulo yung ganyan. So it's
pork ribs.
True. Sarap. Pero it's yung desire ng sexual values of the other person.
It
Other
evolves.
person's body. Nagiging ano na siya, lumalevel up na siya as an object for you to enjoy. So it's not just the sexual values na lang na gusto mo, na na-interested ka, kundi yung mismong actual object of sensual desire sa puso natin. So ito yung sinasabi ni Pope John Paul na something in us begins to strive towards, inaasam, correct? Inaasam to hanker after that value, and we desire to possess the value.
Parang akin ka. Di ba yan? Pag tumingin ka, akin ka.
Oy.
Oh? But yet again, this stage, like the first stage, hindi pa siya sinful according to John Paul II. It is the effect of concupiscence. Sa mga langga na ngayon pala narinig yung word na concupiscence, hindi ko na i-spell. Pero basically, it's the inclination towards sin. Nangyari yan because of our fallen nature, because of the original sin, no?
True.
It is not easy for us to quickly change, kumbaga. Hindi natin agad automatically magdedirect agad tayo to something that is holy because we have that fallen nature. Hindi agad automatic na na-attract tayo sa isang tao, hindi natin agad mako-convert yung sensual love natin into selfless love. It takes a while. Hindi siya instant. Kaya basically what I'm trying to say is don't hit yourself too hard na bakit ganito, hindi pa agad ako makapagbago. Bakit? Ang mga mata ko. Diba? Pwedeng ganyan eh. But the concupiscence is in every one of us. Sabi nga ni John Paul II that even if there is this stirring of sensual desire, it is not in itself sinful as long as the will resists that desire to use the person, as long as the will does not consent to it.
Yun eh. It's like you cannot deny yourself that you have that attraction. But if you were able to have that willpower na hindi ka magko-consent to take it up again to the next level,
Exactly.
that's what stops it. That's the borderline from it becoming sinful na. Diba?
Kasi indeed, sabi nga niya dito, indeed, we may experience sensual desire mounting intensely within us. So, nagpapatong-patong yan kasi especially kung lagi mo nakikita yung gwapong office mate mo, no?
True.
O yung magandang office mate mo within us without our will actually consenting to it and even with our will directly opposing it. That is why JP2 reminds us na hindi enough na sabihin mo lang, no, layuan mo ako. Hindi ganun eh. Because sabi ko, di ba na-mention natin to before, the more you resist, the more it persists. So, hindi talaga siya, it cannot dissolve with just a big no. Big N-O. Hindi. We cannot win the battle of purity that way. That's why we just wanted to share, no? Ganito tayo, no? I was struggling with pornography. I was struggling with lust. Kahit pa ulit-ulit ako magkumpisal, it is a cyclic sin. Because I treat confession as if it's a big no on this sin that I had. I wasn't recognizing the inner stirrings that I was feeling. I was treating every single desire as something that is bad.
It was more of na, yun nga eh, if we see yung mga desires natin as more of na telling us, it's a flag saying that you're searching for something. Instead of seeing it that way, kasi we often see ourselves na, ay, there's something wrong with me because I'm attracted, because I have these feelings, I have these emotions, I have these tendencies, ganyan. So this is what Pope John Paul says as well. Sabi niya na an act of the will against a sexual impulse does not generally produce any immediate result. Ito yung sinasabi ni Jerry kanina na it's not just no. You can't just say no tapos okay na. It's
Exactly.
like one time, big time, ganon. No one can demand of himself either that he should experience no sensual reactions at all. Ibig sabihin na you can't expect, yes, that you would be desensitized to everything around you.
May off button.
Wow, robot. Or that they should immediately yield just because the will does not consent. Or even because it declares itself definitely against. It's it helps us to understand ourselves and to become more merciful, more forgiving sa sarili, because it's very helpful advice for anyone who desires to be chaste, to lead the chaste life, but is still struggling. Yung who's really experiencing yung I keep falling, but I want to become better. Because ito yun we're human. And it's not just like a one-time, big-time, 180-degree turn. So, this is our challenge bilang tao, diba? Yung we do not fall into the trap of another big word, scrupulosity.
Scrupulosity. SCRUPULOSITY. Scrupulosity.
Parang Google.
Parang nasa scripts.
True. Yung scrupulosity, mga langga, this is yung definition ng church na yung parang feeling mo na lahat na lang. Parang everything is black and white. And if you see all of the faults, you see all of the sins that you're committing, and then you've committed, and you're just focused on them na lang. Lahat na lang.
You're hyper hyping up yung mga sins. Yung
True.
tipong nakakita ka lang ng commercial na may sexing suot, ay, nagkasala ako. Kailangan ko na mag-confession. Tapos pagpunta mo sa church, Father, my last confession was 2 hours ago. Ganun katindi.
Especially in the Philippines, diba? Yung commercials sa Pilipinas. Ang hirap kaya.
Diba? So, iwasan natin yun make sure that you do not fall into that trap.
But here's hope, mga langgay. This is what gives us hope. That the word struggling, if you are struggling, then there's beauty in it. Because it means that you're alive. That there's still life in you.
We'll be right back.
Magandang araw!
I am Aaron Gogna.
And I'm Lalaine Gogna.
And we are the host of
Umagang Kay
Gogna. On our podcast, we aim to inspire listeners as we talk about purpose, deepening faith in God, true happiness, and a lot more.
If you're feeling down, get your dose of hope and upliftment from Umagang Kay Gogna.
Check out our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
or wherever you listen to podcasts. Hope to meet you there. God bless.
And now, back to the show. Diba?
Napaka-professional mo nga. Yung pag-connect mo. Kung malalaman lang nila 3 beses ka na lumalabas.
Shh, we do not give away trade secrets lang.
Okay. Hindi na, ino-honor ko lang yung professionalism mo.
Professionalism? Sa pagiging nanay?
Anyway, you always must remember kasi na that as long as the will does not consent nga diba? As long as hindi tayo, kumbaga, surrender ka na lang, yung talagang you surrender your will into it. As JP2 explains there is a difference, ang ganda na sinabi niya dito, page 162, there is a difference between not wanting and not feeling, not experiencing. So, hindi ka pa nagkakasala, hindi ka pa nag-fall into sin as long as you do not consent. There is still hope. Magkakaiba kasing not wanting, not feeling, and not experiencing. These are comforting words coming from a saint. Na we do not have to be too hard. Yes, we set our standards, but we also give ourselves,
grace.
We have to grace. Yeah, we have to know ourselves. That's how God created us to be sensual beings, but we have to be able to discern well on how we can redirect those desires.
How he explains as well kasi is a sensual reaction or the stirring of carnal desire which results from it and which occurs irrespectively and independently of the will cannot in themselves be sins. Ibig sabihin na these spontaneous feelings, the spontaneous attractions, because they occur na hindi mo siya makontrol kasi nga it comes spontaneously, in itself, especially pag wala kang ginagawa na to push it forward, to level it up, they in themselves cannot be sins. So we must give proper weight to the fact that any normal man, that in any normal man, the lust of the body has its own dynamic, because bodies also have all of those things, of which his sensual reactions are manifestation. The sexual values connected with the body of a person become not only an object of interest, but quite easily the object of sensual desire. Ito nga yun the source of this desire is the power of concupiscence, and so not the will.
Yan, galing yan sa concupiscence, hindi because of our own will alone. This is part of our fallen nature. So the question here is,
when do you cross?
Yeah, when do you cross that line? When do this concupiscent, ang hirap ng concupiscent, this concupiscent, this sense of sin, to sin, this desire to sin, how do they cross the line? How, because they will continually try to get the will to consent to it, thereby leading the person to cross the line of sin. So, paano natin kaya malalaman yan?
So this is the third stage in the battle of against purity. The first one, spontaneous sensual reaction. The second one, sensual concupiscence. Ito na yung third. Ito yung pinaka-explain ni Pope John Paul, which is called carnal desire.
Carnal desire.
Carnal.
On page 162, it says, sabi niya dito, as soon as the will consents, it begins actively to want what is spontaneously happening in the senses and the sensual appetites. From then onwards, this is not something merely happening to a man, but something which he himself begins actively doing. Eto na, nag-ano ka na. Yung sa temptation, being tempted is not a sin, but this is the point where you give in to the temptation.
Like for example, if you put yourself na you want to live a healthy lifestyle, if because you're so used to eating unhealthy food, syempre your body's gonna miss it. Your body's gonna desire it. Pero the minute you go...
Tender juicy hotdog ba?
Wala po akong sinasabi ha. Wala po akong sinasabi.
Kids can tell.
But the moment you put the hot dog in the pan and eat it, yun na yun. Yun na yung will mo That's where you cross the threshold. The moment you place the order on Zomato or in the Philippines, yung ano yung pa sa pagkain? Grab.
The moment you check out. Kasi pwedeng nandun lang yun naka-add to cart lang
Pero act of will pa rin yung pag-add to cart
Anyway, this is the stage kasi where we give in. We deliberately commit our will dun sa mga signal ng body natin.
True.
Talagang we respond to it. We wanna be able to satisfy it, even though na it directs us into using another person. Kaya that's why masturbation, that's why premarital sex, that's why sex outside marriage, they feel good the moment you want to do it.
True.
It feels right. It feels great.
Even when you're currently involved in the
action of it. But every time it's finished, every time it's done, you feel something's off. You feel dirty. You feel that you did something wrong. So you will justify all means na, hindi, part to ng pagkakaroon ng healthy
sex life.
Normal lang to.
Everybody else is doing it.
Old school na yung mga belief na yan.
True. So this is the stage where we give in. Where we ito yung word you deliberately commit your will to the promptings of the body. Ibig sabihin, you follow your feelings na. You follow your emotions. You follow your desires.
All in ka na.
All in na, kumbaga. So this is where we cross the line. This is kasi where the man himself changes because he wills in his heart to go along sa mga desire niya. So, for a person to not only experience a desire to use another person's body, but to use the body of the other person as an outlet sa desire niya. So parang, eto yung desire ko para sa'yo. I'm gonna use your body now. So fulfill ko, masatisfy ko yung desire ko sa'yo.
Alam mo mga langga, langga, hindi lang ito outlet physically. Kumbaga yung object of enjoyment mo through your actions, kasama rin yung through your thoughts, your memory, your imagination. You kinda bask into it. Yan na yun. Involved ka na.
Kaya siguro struggle talaga. It's really a lifelong struggle. Especially if you were very deep in in the practice of porn.
That's
Because
true. I still struggle.
Even I do. Because even if you don't physically look at it anymore, but the memory of what you've seen, of what you've read, of what you've heard, of what you've experienced have been engraved sa memory mo.
Yes.
And because there were strong emotions attached to those experiences, hindi siya madali mawala.
Kaya natakot ako eh. Dito ko natakot lang eh. Diba? That's why I really asked for prayers, for help. I was accountable to a lot of people because I knew that this is part of my psyche. It would affect us when we are doing the act in itself or
True.
in our relationship because these imaginations, these thoughts can take a hold of me.
Take over.
Diba? Maaaring mag-expect ako ng something na napanood ko
True.
sa marital bed natin, which is alam naman nating acting lang yun doon.
True.
Hindi naman siya totoo.
And it'll be, isn't it painful? It's so sad if you know na you are with your spouse and yet what your spouse sees in his mind or her mind is someone else because
Yes.
yun yung nakasanayan niya.
Yes.
Yun yung na-engrave sa psyche niya. So ito yung mga struggle eh. It's not just for men although yes, men are more
Associated
with it. But it's also it's not a man's problem. It's not a woman's problem. Pornography is a human problem.
Exactly. You know, when this happens kasi when we allow this, when we allow ourselves to consent to this, hindi na, mahirap na ma-develop yung self-giving love na tinatawag. Kasi you're trying to satisfy your selfish desires. So, nawawala ng room for self-giving love from developing. That was what I was afraid of that. That's what I was telling you na talagang kailangan kong to get through out of it. Kasi kung hindi ako makakaalis doon, madadala ko yung selfish desire na yun eh. Oo, ayaw mo akong pagbigyan na mag-make love ngayon? Sige, I can do it on my own. Pwedeng ganun eh, di ba? Okay, busy ka ngayon. Sige, nunod na lang ako to satisfy myself. So that can be damaging. Some people will just say na, hindi, okay lang sa akin. I consent to it. But they are hurting from within. And I've talked to people like that. Hindi lang nila masabi sa mga spouses nila na yun ang pinagdadaanan nila. Because since I viewed a woman primarily as an object for pleasure, hindi ko na mapapakita sa kanya yung selfless and loving kindness. Hindi ko na maiko-commit yung sarili ko on what is best for her, sacrificing my desires for her own good. And then sinasabi ni St. John Paul II, quote-unquote, the relation to the person is therefore utilitarian, a quote-unquote consumer approach. And thus, the person is treated as an object, nagiging object of enjoyment.
So this is where chastity comes in. This is where the virtue that frees us from the prison of being in this prison of being controlled by our sensual impulses. Yung the desire to want to break free of this, the key that unlocks the door out of this prison is the virtue called chastity.
Totoo.
Because kasi we will not be able to escape being a fallen human being kasi yun tayo eh. We will still have those yung mga moments na we desire wrongly, in an impure way, kahit chaste man. But the difference between a chaste person and an impure,
Chaseless
person is that hindi siya nagiging slave. Hindi siya yung
Hindi siya
parang
Britney Spears.
Oo, there is a key.
Slave are you?
Ay. It's been a while since you sang Langga.
Kakanta ako, wag kang mag-alala.
Sige. Pero yung
I-remind mo eh.
Oo nga. Pero yung because the chaste man will not be left, or the chaste man or the chaste woman will not be kept inside that prison because they already have the key that will be able to get out of that state, and that is called chastity.
That's exactly what I was trying to sing. Kasi kailangan kantahin ko to eh. Kasi pagka ganyan, because of chastity, a man or a woman is easily and promptly able to see the woman much more than her sexual values. Natutunan ko to kay Jason Everett eh. Pag nakakita ka doon ng maganda or guwapo, dapat sound 84 para makita mo yung talagang value niya beyond her looks or his looks.
Purifies your eyes.
Purifies your eyes.
Purifies your heart. Purifies your
mapapakanta ka
attraction.
from within. Pwede mo rin naman kantahin kung confident ka sa mga notes mo. Psalm 84. Psalm 84 lang.
Nakakaloka naman yung statement.
Kung confident ka, sige,
nga.
kantahin mo.
Sige, ikaw.
How lovely is your dwelling place, O Lord, mighty God, Lord of all. Ganon.
Siguro
actually, yung nakakasalubong kong babae noon sa JBR, kinakantahan ko yun eh. Simula nun, hindi ko nakasalubong yun. Sabi siguro, bumira naman itong nakakasalubong ko. Bilang kumakanta ng, pag magkakatingin kami, how lovely is your dwelling place. Siguro sabi nito, what is happening to this guy? Simula nun, tinanggal ni Lord sa daanan ko.
Hindi naman.
Actually, nilipat nga ako ng office.
From JBR napunta sa Dubai, sa Media One. Oo.
Diba?
But deep in a person's heart kasi, when we're able to have this new vision or have this new sight to see another person as a person and not just as an opportunity for pleasure, dun lumalabas yung totoong pagmamahal. That's where the selfless love comes out. It's not just the sensual enjoyment. Although part din yun, it's part of the raw materials, but it's not just locked in there. Mas nagiging full, mas nagiging whole yung pagmamahal. Wala siyang kulang.
Kaya nung na-meet kita lang na tapos inamin ko sa lahat, yung talaga naging accountable ako, sineryoso kita. Yun talaga eh. Parang it gave me the opportunity to see you as you are.
And vice versa.
Yung, parang napa-Bruno Mars talaga ako just the way you are.
Sige nga.
Hindi ko na alam yun eh. Anyway, yun nga kasi, ayoko lang na sensual. Oh, fine. I see you as an attractive person, but I know looks will fade and that's not something that will, keep our relationship alive. So I have to know you as you are talaga. As a person, your beauty from within. Diba? From within and as a person, physically as well. Kasi in this way, the purity of heart makes a man truly free to love.
Just the way you are. Yun ba yun?
Do you know?
Ibang
just that way. Wala tuloy ako sa koton. When I see your face.
Iba yung kinakanta ko yung you're lovely. Na 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 na.
Ano ba? Iba naman yun ga? I-share natin to, yung journey natin. Ikaw nag-introduce sa akin itong prayer na to eh.
Just the way you look. Just the way you look tonight pala. Iba pala yan.
Mali naman yun lang.
But yes, you know what? It was also part of our journey na kaya siguro naging very, very significant yung wedding night namin. Not just because,
finally, it's magic. Finally, it's magic.
Finally, it has happened to me.
Finally, it has happened to me.
No, but it's not just that. It was significant for us because yung mga, the things that we were practicing, the things that we were learning about each other, it became wholer. Kasi hindi na lang...
Wholer? Meron ka wholer?
Wholer? Holy. Whole? W-H, Wholer? Fuller. Ay, mali.
Please welcome Kristen Tower from Cambridge and University of Wollongong.
Oh my gosh. Babawi na yung diploma ko.
Recto yata.
No, but I think it was very significant for us because we were able to find the deeper meaning of when we prayed yung prayer from Tobit on our wedding night. Mga langga, if you're engaged right now or if you're in a relationship, we would invite you to consider praying this as well on your wedding night.
Tobit chapter 8 verse 7 to 9.
We read this, sabi doon sa verses na yun. And now, O Lord, I am not taking this sister of mine. Actually, dapat ikaw nagbabasa nito kasi sister of mine.
Oo nga, ba't ikaw nagbabasa?
Hindi ko alam.
Kasi ikaw yata gusto magbasa nun natin.
Kinakyu mo ko eh.
Pero ito yan, nung wedding night natin, bago kami talagang mag-run wild. Kasi di ba, syempre, di ba, ilang years tayo, di mo ako kinis eh. Hindi nga kita kinis. So, anyway, before we ran wild with our desire for each other, we had to sit down and pray this. Nagtiri ka ba ng torch nito?
Nagdala nga tayo ng Paschal Candle, hindi mo maalala.
Anyway, this is Tobit.
Nag-incense pa nga ako.
Tobit chapter 8, verse 7 to 9. If you cannot find this in your Bible, maybe you're using...
Not reading the Catholic Bible.
You're not reading a
Palitan niyo
Catholic
po yung
Bible.
Bible.
Kasi nasa Catholic Bible to. Itong Tobit chapter 8, verse 7 to 9. For those who are listening without the Catholic Bible, sabi dito, nagpe-pray siya. And now, O Lord, I am not taking this sister of mine because of lust, but with sincerity. Grant that I may find mercy and may grow altogether with her. And she said with him,
Amen.
Then they both went to sleep for the night.
Tulog nga eh.
Gabi, iba yung ibig sabihin ng sleep for the night dito.
Alam ko, I was just trying to...
Pero ang ganda nun, di ba? I am not taking this sister of mine because of lust, but with sincerity. And I hope mga langga, we all desire that. If you are for the married life, if you are desiring for the married life, you are engaged right now, if you are in a relationship, may you be able to pray this prayer when that night comes, when that moment of being united together physically happens.
And if, mga langga, you may say na, what's the use? Because I did not live a chaste life. I did not have a chaste relationship. I am not currently in a chaste relationship. Does it apply to me? Baka I'm not applicable anymore. This is where I invite Langga to consider that the love of God and the mercy of God is greater than the mistakes we have made.
Yes, and your sin. Yeah.
And our sins that we have committed. This is where yung abundance ng pagmamahal ng Diyos overflows. At nawawala to, naka-cleansed siya.
Yeah, and of course, God focuses not on the sin, but on the sinner.
Sure.
No, He loves the sinner more than the sin in itself. And you have to remember, even Jesus came from a lineage of sinners, of murderers, of prostitutes. But, He is a God of a greater good, and He can transform your life in and out. Basta, you consent to Him as well.
Amen.
You allow your will to be one with His will.
Amen.
Yun lang mga langga. I hope that we can take a look in chastity in a brighter light, that it's not a limiting thing. It is actually a weapon in this battle for purity that we are all meant to live. We were created pure. We were created clean. We were made new.
Wala na po akong may dadagdag dyan dahil parang closing message na po siya.
How lovely is your dwelling place, O Lord, mighty God, Lord of all. This is me, Jeric.
And this is Apple.
Always reminding you,
Napalangga
ka ng Diyos.
Grabe. Tama ba yung notes ko?
Even the lowly sparrow finds a home for her brood, and the swallow a nest for herself where she may lay her young.
I don't know the lyrics actually. Hindi ko siya na-google. Dapat pinrepair ko, diba?
I would forsake 1,000 other days anywhere if I could spend one day in your courts, belong to you alone. My strength are you alone, my glory, my King, and my God. How lovely is your dwelling place, O Lord, mighty God, Lord of all. How lovely your dwelling place, O Lord, mighty God, Lord of all.
The views and opinions expressed by the podcast creators, hosts, and guests do not necessarily reflect the official policy and position of Podcast Network Asia, the hosts of the program, or other programs of the network. Any content provided by the people on the podcast are of their own opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything.